Hey everybody, it's your girl Miracle Sims, and I gotta tell you about John Cooper's podcast. It's called Bible Answers for Everyone. He takes real questions from all over the world and answers them straight from the scripture, literally and insightfully. So listen now on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio.
It's a miracle, baby! Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. Miracle, miracle, serves. We keep having all these problems. How we gonna solve them? Every day it's the same thing. All these unsolved issues, I guess it's official. Here we go again, the same old thing. And I'm tired of the arguing and lying. So goodbye, the hurt and crying. Things will change and you, so how can I expect something new? It's the same old thing.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is October the 21st, 2025, and today the topic is good idea versus God idea. I really don't have too much time because I need to let NJ start his assignments real soon. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go through this, man, and I guess say whatever the Lord wants me to say at this particular time. And then if I have to come back later on and talk to y'all or something, I might do that. But yeah, let's go ahead and give you guys this juice because I feel like it might be an important one. By the time I finish taking my notes, I noticed that it was 9/11. So just putting that out there. This might be an on time, important word. So yes, good idea versus God idea. I woke up this morning at 6 something, can't remember, 6:23, something like that. Those verses and whatnot was resonating with me as well, and it did coincide with this conversation. I did not feel led to write down, um, to share, but um, yeah. But sometime between when I woke up and now, I basically the phrase good idea versus God idea came into my heart and mind, and I felt like it was going to be a video juice. So that's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here to share what the Lord wants me to share. So, and yes, you might be hearing NJ in the background as well. So, excuse all of us. But anyway, so let's get into it, friends. Good idea versus God idea. I'm sure we can go on and on and on about this, but let's just go ahead and start with the definition of an idea, right? So this is what idea says: a thought or suggestion as to a possible course of action. The arm the second definition says the area or purpose. So yeah, that is what an idea is. So good idea versus God idea. Like I said, I'm jumping straight in. So let's go to these Bible verses I felt led to share. One of them is Proverbs 14:12. It says, there is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death. Can we all think about what this looks like in our life? I mean, I feel like there are plenty of examples of things that look good, right? It might sound good. It might even feel good to you, but is it a God idea? It may be good to you, but again, it may not be good in the eyes of the Lord. So, what do you want to do at the end of the day? You want to do the God thing, not necessarily the quote unquote good thing. Um, that might be a word. Y'all can let that marinate. Let me give you guys this next verse I felt led to share with you guys, and that is Isaiah 55:8-9. That's letting me know my son needs to log in soon. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. I got to wrap it up. But anyway, Isaiah 55:8-9. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. Again, if you're going to be a Bible believing Christian, we can't be out here just doing our own thing willy-nilly, thinking like, oh well, there's a lot of things, not so many examples, and I know I really don't have time to like go deeper about this, and maybe I should have waited till later to go live, but I felt led to go ahead and do it now. But long story short, friends, I mean, again, we know how this can look in our lives. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of the examples that you may have had for yourself. I can sit here and make so many examples about my son. Like even the other day, um, we were talking the other night, and we was praying together and all this type of stuff. And at some point, I asked my son to do something, and he did it, but then he was taking a long time doing something extra. I'm like, what is he doing? He was going to get me medicine. And y'all probably see I was been sniffing, coughing with X, Y, and Z. I am not sick. I am in my last stages of the little process of having a cold. But anyway, regardless of that, right? He went to go and get some medicine on his own regard. He didn't ask me, and and I had told him to do something specific, right? And he did that, but then he also tried to do some extra stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm getting you medicine. See, that's a good idea, right? He sees me sniffing. He's thinking that's a great idea to do. But did he ask my permission to do that? No, he did not, right? Did I tell him to do that? No, I did not, right? And so that, I mean, can we use that to help us see what the Lord, from the Lord's lens, right? If God is telling us to do something specific, right, and we think we want to do something else because it's a quote unquote good idea, then first you're out of alignment, right? Because it's not the God idea. He told you to go do something specific, just like I told my son the other night. I told him to go do something specific and come on back, right? You want to go do something else, right? And these are just examples, friends. I mean, I can give myself as an example as well. If I think about that movie, I know we keep talking about it over and over again, but these are just examples. In the movie, my character thought she was, she had a good idea to make some money, right? It did not work in her favor, right? It did not necessarily even help everything. So I say all that to say that, again, the good idea, quote unquote, is not always the God idea. So we need to be focused on what, again, the Lord wants us to do. Speaking of good ideas, they look wise. They may seem productive or even moral, but they can still be rooted in human understanding. Again, I go on and on and on about this, but I think there's plenty of examples. I just gave you two, right, of what that could look like in our life. Now, God ideas are not something that we invent, it's something that we receive. Y'all let that marinate. I know that's a word. Okay? It's something that's, again, beyond us, right? We can sit here and think of good ideas all day long, right? Oh, yes, this will be good for me, right? This will be good for everybody, whatever the case may be. But again, if that's not, again, God's idea, then it's not necessarily good. Okay? But I probably have to come back and we'll talk about it if y'all want to talk. But I want to leave you guys with 5 ways to know, because I don't want to leave you guys and just say, okay, yeah, good ideas versus God ideas, figure it out, right? So here's how to know whether something is a good idea versus a God idea. One, obviously, y'all already know, test it with the word. Okay, test it with the word. Does it align with what the words say? I mean, do I got to go deeper about that? We already know that, right? That should be the first thing we do. Second, does it produce peace? Or does it produce pressure? Now, if it's producing pressure, then it's probably not a God idea, right? Does it produce peace? There you go. 3, is it confirmed? Not forced, right? Gotta confirm it, but he's not gonna force you at the end of the day, and so go deeper about that. Gonna keep going. 4, it bears fruit, not frustration. All right. And then number 5, it glorifies God, not self. Now that should be one that is just very plain and clear. There's a lot that glorifies ourselves, right? Lord, I don't know, I really ain't got time. But long story short, the other day, I did this deep dive of thought, because I was just like, I noticed that there's certain ladies on Instagram that I follow. And all of them are entrepreneurs, I think. Like, they all have entrepreneur things that they got going on. And so I admire, right, their business savvy or their marketing skills, or, it's different things like that. But they may not be living, I guess, the lifestyle I live, right? They may not be believers because they not. I want to say the 4 that I was looking at the other day, I don't really see anything of faith on their profiles. A lot of it is their business, what they got going on, things of that nature. Now, all of that can be good, right? All of that can be good, like having a business, right? Doing your thing, traveling, all that that stuff is good, right? But is it God, right? You know, and hey, who knows? They could be doing their thing, and hey, it inspires me, a faith-based person, to then do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe that could be all they supposed to do in life. But according to my understanding, and again, I can go deeper and deeper about this, but all of us are supposed to be out here making disciples, right? All of us are supposed to be out here, sharing the gospel, things of that nature. And so, again, is your good idea glorifying you, or is it glorifying the Lord? clear distinction on whether it's good or God. So that's pretty much it. Again, I know there's so much to say, and I feel so bad because I know y'all probably talking to me, and I'm not paying no attention to it because I'm about to be logging my kid in late for his assignment. But let me go ahead and leave you guys with the Bible verse of today, and if I can come back, I'll come back and we can get talk or whatever. But if not, hey, it is what it is. Here we go, friends. The Bible verse of today is Judges 6:12. It says, "And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor." Friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all whenever the Lord brings me back. If the Lord's will. Bye-bye.